In this video, I wanted to share with you guys the basic fundamentals of creating a schedule in ArchiCAD, from basic to advanced schedule. Windows and doors in particular, most of they are a critical or important part or aspect of construction documentation because they communicate various information about the makeup of that particular element. The makeup or the information like materials, quantities, the location, and so forth. So yeah, I have an example that I'm going to try to replicate into our project. Here is the example. As you can see, we have a lot of columns here from the frame to the location of that particular element. So that's basically what we are up to in this video. We're going to try to as much as we can to pick everything here, as you can see. So let's get started. Let's go back to the project, and this is one of the projects that I've been using for previous videos because it's an ongoing, it's under construction, and it's a complex project. It has a lot of challenges. That's what makes it interesting, you guys. I want to take the whole process with you guys so that we can be part of this, all of us, and try see the challenges and how I rectify all those problems that I came across with this project, and I'm up to the game. So yeah, I'll keep on continuing sharing with you everything. So what I have here is the schedule. So if I go to the layout book, I've created a schedule layout, and this is where I've placed my doors and window schedule. As you can see, we still have a space here for the details like the shop fronts, the connection, the material, the jump, and the mulon connection. So we're still going to do that. So let's open one of the schedules here. We're going to start with the doors. If you are new to the creation of schedule, don't worry. You may be wondering, how did I come up with this kind of schedule? I would also show you the how-to of it for me to achieve here. So you can access the source file for this from here by right clicking on it and then right click and open the source view, or you go back to the view map and then you find where the location or where the schedule is located. For example, it's here. So by default, ArchiCAD comes with schedules, so different types of schedules for your doors, for your elements, for your finishes. So it's up to you to customize whatever existing, and for you to create a new or customize a door existing schedule, you have to open it and then go to the scheme settings here, and then that's when you can create your new schedule and give it an ID. You can give it a name here. You have an option again to duplicate what you have already, because what you're duplicating is the criteria, which is this part and the fields of your schedule. So you see, it's important. If you're creating similar schedules, there's no point to set everything from scratch again. It's better you duplicate. And then I'll hit cancel because I already have this to use. So the first part is the criteria of selection of your elements. In this case, we're dealing with doors. What you need to do is to use element type as a criteria, and then you pick doors. To add an element type or a criteria, you add criteria here, and then there's main category. You pick your element type here. There are different bunch of criteria you can use. You can use classifications, you can use properties, and so forth. And then we have the second part, the second criteria, which is the library part name. The reason why we're using the library part name is because we don't want to include the rectangular door opening into our schedule. So you have to now add a criteria. You can search it there, library part name, and then you edit. So because we're excluding to our schedule, you're going to say is not instead of saying is. So that's the difference. So yeah, if you're dealing with a complex project, obviously you need to create advanced criteria to exclude other elements depending on what it is exactly you are trying to schedule. So it's important to understand how you can deal with that. So under here, these are fields where it represents the columns, the title columns of our schedule. In this case, these are rows. We're going to have different types of rows, and these are headers of our rows, and we are extracting information from these headers. Where do we get these elements? So they are already that are existing, like the hot link element, but we don't need to hot link an element because we have just a single file, a project file, instead of, we don't have a hot linked elements here. So I'm going to remove that and add another field for just a plain element ID, which is this. And then I'll drag it to the top by using this up and down arrow, because it's supposed to be the first part of, or this first row of our schedule. And then we have the view from opening side. This is normally, it comes from the window part, the window and door part. There are different, or bunch of values there to extract. As you can see, you can want to reveal the information or display the information of the header height on the side opposite to the reveal side. So there are endless opportunities in terms of doing that. But if you look at the example we are trying to replicate, some of these things are not there in our ArchiCAD, so it's customly done. But this is the standard of creating a schedule. But I refuse to admit the software is the limitation to create a good thing. So always I'm trying to come up with ways, and I'm always persisting because I can achieve results. So you see, we have a door number, a frame number, a frame value, we have a finish parameter, leaf and finish. Oh, we have two finishes here. This one is the frame finish and then this one is the leaf finish. Okay, it makes sense. But I would name them the leaf finish and then the frame finish instead of doing it this way, because you don't want to confuse whoever is going to read your schedule. Then we've got description here, the glazing and Hungary and location and division. So let's see how we can input these values to our schedule. Let's go back, and we already have frame finish, specification, hardware set. I guess it's equivalent to Hungary, and then the specification is also equivalent to the description. So let's hit OK, and then we're going to use what we call property manager. Property manager, if you haven't started using these guys, you are missing out, because ArchiCAD or nowadays projects are being driven by data. If you don't have ways of using data to inform better your project, that is a problem, because the future is not the future, is now, it's happening. So nowadays projects are model based, so you extract data from the models. So you have to start using the property manager, classification and properties most particularly. So if you open options, you access your property manager, and then we have the classification manager here. So this goes hand in hand, guys. They work hand in hand. They are friends, they are buddies. So you understand how they work together, you do wonders in your project. So property manager, let's open it and see what's in there. So this tool came with the version, ArchiCAD version, is it 20 or 21, somewhere there. So once it was up, it was a gem for every ArchiCAD user who understands the value of, or the use of data together projects. So yeah, we have some groups here: general ratings, substructure, walls, slabs, beams, blah blah blah. I think this, from these three, the slab, beam, column, I can group them and become concrete. Yes, they become a concrete group. These are property groups, and then we have subfolders or property name, or whatever you can name it. So this is the property group and then property name. So as you can see, we have a bunch of this. So we want roofing, sanitary. What we are looking for is for the openings, which is this one. So we have in this case we have description. Let's see, for this example we have description here. We are going to substitute it with the specification, and then we have frame, already set a frame. So you can modify everything here, or you can create a new group. To create a new group, you hit a new, and then you say group, which is this some subfolders, and then give it a name, just like that. If you are creating a property, you hit on property, and then you have to choose the group in which you are trying to place that property in it. By default, once you've selected, before you create new, you have to select maybe a property or a group name so that it can add already to your group. Like see in this case it says openings, if I make sense. Yeah, and then let me cancel because I don't want to create. And then these properties, they have value, the data type. The value is being derived from the data type. So if we select on this, or we drop down the arrow of data type, you see you have a string. A string means you can input data into the field, and it works normally when you are in the settings of an object, that particular object that you are setting. For example, if you're a door, you have to go to classification and properties for the door and then input that data there. Makes sense, right? And then the number is for the values. For example, if you want to define that with numbers. And then we have also different types here. We have true and false format. We have tag lists. Maybe you want to have list of tags there to tag in your element. So then we have, lastly, is the option set. Option set, I find it a great tool for among the rest because it gives me a chance to set variation of finishes, or variation of value depending on what I want to do. For example, we have a frame here, the frame of the doors or the frame of the windows, right? So if you open, it's already on option set. So if you open option setup, you would see we can now create different versions or variations of frame materials. As you can see, you can add up until, I don't know, maybe 20 or as much as you can. You get, and then this is great for when you are building your template as well, because you want to reuse this information for future project. Rather, if you are using the string one, every time and then you have to input the information from scratch. So option set is the greatest ever. So as you can see, the value here, it will say, if you drop down, it will pick all those options you've created so far. So let's go back to this schedule of our example, and then let's check the frame. It says aluminum frame as per manufacturer to comply with blah 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 regulations. Let's copy this specification. Control A and then Control C to copy. Let's go back and then come here. Let's go to option setup. We're going to add a value, another variation by hitting on add. So if you paste, oh, you see our this setup or the system that we're using, it's a lowercase for everything. So this one is uppercase. ArchiCAD, by, I'm afraid it doesn't have options of formulas to convert the uppercase to lowercase or lowercase to uppercase. I don't think, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm not getting it. If you have an idea of doing this, guys, go to the comment section and let us know, share with us on how you can switch between uppercase and lowercase instantly, just like that. But rather, I have a way I'm using to achieve this. So I open whatever Word document, then I'll paste that information here and then select and set this to lowercase, because this is just a bread and butter for Word or Microsoft Word. And it gives me a chance to correct the grammar and spelling of the words, which is comes with an added advantage. So we go back here and then let's paste it there. Now we have what? Another variation or another version of specifications here. We hit OK, and then let's see other. We have frame finish as well. Let's open the option setup. I think here we would use this one as well. The door leaf. Let's see on the door leaf. I think we need to add up. Let's add a new option there. Let's go back to this example. If you are going to use this, we're going to copy, go to, oh sorry, go to the Word document. Let's paste it there, and then set this to lowercase. Make sure the spelling is correctly done. Sorry, and then hit Control C. Let's go back to our ArchiCAD file, paste it here, and then hit OK. So it says hardwood timber approved by architect, 1 hour rated. No, I don't need it to be 1 hour rated. Yeah, no, let's just leave it for the sake of this. And then hit OK. Yes. What else? Again, we need to set up the description. We have it here as a specification. We have this is from here. I'm trying to replicate everything. We have glazing and mongering and location and revision. Let's go back and see. Do we have a revision here? And mongering, I think we would use a headset, hardware set. For example, let me see what we can do here. I think here we have variation. I think it's fine. We're not going to set it. We have also door handle. We have also the revision. Let's add a revision. Revision, I don't think is we're going to edit here. We're going to pull it from the ArchiCAD data parameter. So I think that one, it's sorted. One thing that we don't have is glazing. So we're going to set a new property and give it glazing name. Make sure it's under openings and hit OK. Yeah, whatever, you can drag and position it the way you want, but I don't think it's important here. So what I'm going to do, because it's on string, like I said, string, it will allow you only to paste the value here or on the options, or say on the, what you call this, on the settings of the object. For example, I'll leave it on string so that you can understand what I'm trying to explain here. Sometimes it's important. And then when you go down to the bottom, it says availability for classification, because like I said, these are true friends, they are buddies, so they work hand in hand. So once you've created a new property, you have to assign it elements. So elements are being classified by classifications system, whatever system you want. In this case, I'm using an CSI 2010 classification system. So it's important to use a system, guys, for how you organize and manage your elements within your project model. So if you don't have a system you're using, ArchiCAD comes with a system by default, but it's not comprehensive. It will limit you to some certain degree, especially if you want to create or manage your project in a manner that you have really a total control. So once you've set a new property, you have to assign it, like I said, a classification. Basically, these are elements. So I would say custom, because I don't want to assign it all. You can assign it all if there is a generic property, like the one I have here for project information. Where is it? This is a generic it's a generic property value that I use across all elements, because for facility management. So it takes everything, extract data from the trade to manufacturer, the specification, the rate, cost, blah blah blah, even to a code, a serial. That's what I would say all. But for this instance, I would where is it? It's selected already. I would customize and then hit on edit. So this is the Uniformat 2010 CSI classification system I'm using. What I'm looking for here is, okay, let's see all, is because this is a door. I'm looking for the interior construction, doors, and then make sure I select all the doors like so. And then I know there are windows as well that want this, and then there are windows under shell, exterior windows. Then make sure all these guys are assigned and then hit OK, then OK. So let's go back now to our scheme settings and see how we can bring that information here. Go back to scheme settings and let's add a field. I will close off this folder and then that, so that you can understand. Let's start from the clean slate. So it's all under properties. So let's expand the property section, and then the ones that are grayed out are the ones that have been picked here, like the specification. You see it's here, frame and frame finish. We want to add the door leaf. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? Let's go back. I was saying the door leaf. We can also have the handle, the glazing, the door frame material, yeah, and then we have the hardware set. I think everything is there. We can now come here and arrange or organize these headers, because this is going to be a header of our schedules, or header of, it's either a row or a column depending on the format of your schedule. So you can have rows or columns in ArchiCAD schedules. In this case, I'm having rows. So that means I'm going to have the titles of the rows for this to extract information. So in this case, they're going to take the same arrangement, the way they are arranged here. So, but I'd rather now use this arrow to arrange them, the up and arrow like that. The specification will be, quantity will be the last, and then door handle, door leaf will be here. Door handle, no, door handle will be under hardware set, something like this. I think here we're good to go. Let's hit OK and see the magic. Perfect. So now we have we've added some of the headers here. As you can see, we need to make them consistent with the other ones. So I'll start with this one, the ID. I will override it to code, and then make sure everything, let's select everything and bold, right? Code, the frame finish, all right, that, because the other ones are uppercase, I would have to be consistent. This will be the frame finish as well. Is it the door frame? Oh no, this one has to go out. Let's go back. We have frame finish. All right, we have door leaf. Oh, I think let me put it this way. Yes, we have leaf and frame finish and frame and leaf. What is the problem? Frame finish, right? Because if you look at our example here, it has a frame and then a frame finish, a leaf, then a leaf finish. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. So here we have a leaf and then frame material, door frame material. I think is the frame finish. Let's remove that, and then we need to add a leaf, door leaf instead of door leaf finish. So do we have a door leaf in our properties here? No, we don't have. So I'm going to go back to, hit OK, go back to the property manager under your options menu. We're going to create a new which is a new property, which is door leaf, right? Okay, so I'm going to set this as an option set, the data type. So under value definition, data type will be option set, and then it gives me the option to set up the variation of the door specification, door leaf specification. I can use this one. Let's copy it and then go to your weight, or here it is. Let's just copy it there. Then let's set it there and hit OK. Make sure under availability for classification is set. Like I said, I'm using 2010 CSI classification system. This is going to be a shell exterior Windows. This is what I'm just doing for Windows. I know at some point I would need that as well. So interiors, we have also doors here. Then hit OK, hit OK. So go back to scheme settings and then let's add a field. You would find the door leaf. Add the door leaf. I'm going to stretch it or move it to there. So then hit OK. We have now the door leaf. Let's say, let's override it to door leaf. Right. This will be the leaf finish, and this will be also on bold, right? Leaf finish, door leaf description. I'm Mongari, door handle. Let's say door handle, and glazing. Let's delete that. Perfect. So you see there's some discrepancy in terms of alignment, text alignment. You have to, let me just select everything. Oh, let's fix the glazing. So I think here we need G, yes. And then from here, like I said, we need to justify everything to the left, or align all the text to the left. So select the first one and then shift hold in your keyboard, then click the last to select everything in this column or in this cell. So then I can say align to the left. So this all will be aligned there. And then if you have issues of now text clashing or not fitting well in the cell, so what you need to do, we have margins on the left here, which controls the height of the cell, and then at the top here, these are the margins that controls the width of the cell. So either we do it automatically or we just stretch manually like this by looking at the value we want. So same as to the height as well. But imagine doing this for a complex project or a big project. It's going to be a daunting task. Rather unwrap text and then wrap it to do it automatically. But it's not always accurate, but you'd want to create a breather among the lines and your text, so you have to end up doing it manually like this, just to set everything. Okay, and then the leaf finish says undefined. So that's the power now of using option setup when you're setting up your parameter in under property value. So it's very important because here you can change your mind and assign a different specification for, as long as the value or the property has option setup. The one that has the string, which is the glazing, as you see, it doesn't have, where is the glazing? It doesn't have anything here because we haven't punched in information. So we can assign information just here, or go into the element itself and open its settings. For example, select this door. Let's select on a floor plan here. That's the door, and open its settings. Then from there we go down to the classification and properties. Under the openings value or openings parameters, you would find glazing there. You can still also key in the information there, but you have to do it more often or again and again for every project. Why can't you create an option set and then you choose from the available values there? I think creating your own template, that is the workforce, or that is the aspect that will drive your template to be efficient, to have options to choose from when you're dealing with a new project, instead of starting things from scratch or all over again. So yeah, that's my approach on that. And let's hit OK. In this case, I would say NA because we don't have a glazing for this type of door. Then let's go back to our schedule. You'd see now we have that captured as well. Okay. And then the other thing is, because we are dealing with, this is the part of detailing your doors. It's important. So if you look at this picture here, or the elevation of the door, it's not detailed as compared to this gentleman here we are referencing. You get, yes. So we need to detail it, place some annotations and dimension, make sure the handles and the opening side arrows are active. So all these things are important. So let's say we go back and then come here. Let's select this guy. This time around we're going to select him in 3D. There we go. And then let's hit F5 to isolate this guy. So you see it's not detailed. If you open his settings, and then let's go to the hinge door settings, and we want to start off with the attributes. If you click on this arrow, you can access the parameters of all the parameters of the doors. But I want to start with the model attributes and set the 3D detail level to full, and make sure the curve resolution is on 100. I don't know, 100% or degrees. What is that? How do you measure the curve resolution? What's the value of the curved sheet? Go to the comment section and let us know. Yeah, it's important. And then you can set the material and the likes. And then what else we need to do is the leaf, the what you call is the leaf. The leaf I'm going to use, let's say it. Okay, you see, this is what we have, but I don't think this project deserves this kind of door types. It's a contemporary architecture and we need something that will resonate with that. So I have a custom leaf, so I'll go down here and then go to custom leaf. So I have different types of custom leaves that I've set for your garages, for your entrance. It's a bunch of it. So I've been sharing it all along. If you still want to get a copy of this, I'll put it in the description. Go down in the description or check it in the right corner. So it has everything, guys. So in this case, I'm looking for that particular leaf. So let's see this one, what we have here. Oh, this is the one. This is a fantastic leaf. Let's hit OK and you will see exactly this is what I want. But we can try different variation of this. But because there are so many, we'll spend our time here doing this because we have a variation of futuristic. For example, we have even Adidas door. That's a lot. Nike door. You know, it's packed. Let's see this one. Right. Okay, let me go back to the ones that I've, because this door is for the cinema, so I just need a solid door. Deal with this one. Yes. Okay. Exactly. That's what I want. And then let's get rid of the timber casing outside and inside. So I'm gonna go back to the arrow and then go down here by casing outside and then uncheck that. You can move to the next page for the inside casing and then get rid of it. And then if you look at it, this lines has to be dotted and they are wrongly represented because they are pointing to the hinge side. They're supposed to be pointing to the handle side, to the door handle side. But before we do that, let's set first the door handle. Where are you? The door handle leaf type. Okay, and then let's find something interesting. I think this will be fine. And then let's go back to the opening lines. We want opening lines. Let's override this. We want that is now it's correctly represented. I want the lines to be dashed both for the opposite and inside. Dashed or dotted, what's the difference between dotted and dashed? And then I'm going to use 0.05 line width and then hit OK. Oh no, I see the difference. Dotted it's horrible, man. Let's go back to the dashed. Yeah, dashed looks great. Perfect. Now we have our detailed door fully furnished. As you can see, it has also hinges there. That's what makes this door great. It's a door for the cinema, like I said. Yeah, and then if you go back to our schedule, everything looks great. So for the text here also, some like it centered to the cell or to the row, but I don't think it makes sense like this. Let's just do it differently. Let's check up with how this guy did. Yeah, we have to restrict it to the one side. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, the door leaf and blah 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 blah, and the description is the same thing. The door leaf and the finish is the same thing, so we need to fix this information. The description here, let's see what we have. We don't have something that we can. Okay, thick semi-solid flash door, steel door frame, finish with blah blah blah. Yes, I think we can use this one, and then double click on the margin to increase, or just that. So under leaf finish, but this is supposed to be under leaf. No, you see now I'm confusing the description and the leaf. Okay, let me go back to the property manager and fix this. The description, which is the specification, let's start first by saying no, you can just leave it there. I want the value definition. Let's open this is supposed to be the finish, the leaf finish, right? And then the door leaf, yes, this I'll say is the door leaf, right? Okay, let me say door leaf 1 for the sake of that, because it complains that there's an existing property there. You say door leaf 1, and then door leaf, I would say you are the description. You are the description. Oh, there's another description as well. So I would say description 1, and then here's that description. Oh, this guy. Let me just get rid of the. I'll hit delete anyway. Okay. Right, let's go back to the description and fix it. Set up the option set. Description is going to be, let's see what this guy did. Single, yeah. Let me just, this would waste my time. Let me add, this will be double swing door. Makes sense. Double swing door. Yes. And then this will be just the door leaf. And then let's hit OK. Yes. For the door leaf, okay, here we're supposed to swap this. I remember now. So this will be now what? Door leaf. And then this will be description. All right, and then let's go back to scheme settings, and we want the description to be under the door leaf. Door leaf should be on top of or above the door leaf, like so. Makes sense. Let's see. Now the description should be the newly created double swing door. Right. Then the leaf, blah blah blah. Let's find something. Right. Okay. So the leaf. Now I get it. So the leaf now should swap with the door leaf. The leaf finish should swap with the door leaf. So I'll go back to the property manager, and then the door leaf is going to be the door leaf finish. Oh, sorry, door leaf finish 1, because we have, and then the door leaf finish is going to be door leaf. Yeah, I think everything's sorted. What we need to do is go to scheme settings and arrange them again, because the door leaf should be above the leaf finish, and then we're good to go. So here this will be the leaf finish, and you, my guy, will be the door leaf. Perfect. So that this information will be now relevant to the leaf finish. This one I'm going to set it to maybe choose between SC wood, something like this. Yeah, makes sense now. Makes sense. Frame finish, aluminum frame, door frame by Alucraft. Frame finish with, yeah, I think it looks great. It looks great. So the handle is what? Pull. Okay, let me go with this one, and then we can wrap and unwrap text. Right. Okay, or we just stretch it a bit, something like that. Yeah, perfect. Let's go back now to the door elevation because we need to add information on it. So if you look at information like from this guy, dimensions, you know, and annotations, let's do that. For us, it's going to be more expansive, so we're going to select the cell for the elevation and then hit on annotate, so that it can give you the option to place some 2D information here. So if you go to design, there are no anything to add here except the door, I mean the object. Maybe on the object, what else you want to add here? Maybe a human figure to try, I'm sure proportion, human figure to, yeah, I think that will work, but for this case, nothing yet. Under document, you have everything, which is annotation to the line. So it gives you a format like when you're editing a staircase or the curtain wall. That's the format that it gives you. So what I want is to pick a line tool, and then I'll draw a line like that. Maybe move it aside a bit, stretch it so that it can be equally extended. There's something here. Then Ctrl+Shift+D to drag a copy to the bottom of your door. And then let's pick a text tool, and then click and space for the second. This will be the door header. How do you spell header? Door header height. Great, and then make sure you move the text by dragging to right on top of the line. Click the text, move it down, hit Ctrl to add a copy and place it there. Here we want what? This is the floor finish. Okay, and then we need to have another annotation here. Select both the line and the text and hit Ctrl+Shift+D, drag it to the door handle height, and then give it a name, door handle height. Yes, perfect. What's remaining is the dimensions, but before we do that, let's see. I think this text, select all text, I'll set it to 0.80, which is the height, and make sure again it's sitting on top of the line. Okay, now let's pick dimension 2, and what we are trying to dimension is the frame thickness first, and this because it's a custom door, you would want everything to be captured. Right, and then you need this again. Lastly is the door height, the total, which is that. It looks horrible. Let's select all the dimensions, set text to equal to the other text, which is 0.80, and then open its settings. Let's set the marker size to 40. Oh, we cannot go beyond 50. I don't know why, it looks strange. The arrowhead, we don't have the arrowhead here. I don't know why it's restricting us only to 50. Let's hit OK. But it doesn't look bad. But it is bad. The one thing that I want us to capture is this part. Yeah, and then that 50. We're doing this because this is a custom door, so the client would want to engage someone to construct or make this door, so he will need guidance on that. I think it looks great. What do you think, guys? So I think these guys, I can move them closer to the to the drawing, something like that, and I can remove this to there, this one there, and this one there as well. Not bad. Yeah, move this away a bit from there. We need to dimension what? The frame, or what? Let's dimension the frame here, frame, something like that. Yeah, I knew it is going to give me a problem. So there has to be, because this is 40, this is 35, I don't know, but I saw it trying to be crazy. I'll add a point here and try to pick it. Should be 40, man. Why is it giving me this problem? Let's try and move it. I don't know why. Here it is. Oh, no way. No way. Let me do this. I'll leave it at right. And then dimension the overall width of the door, 1.5. Okay, once we're done with it, okay, that will be updated to your schedule. That is how you detail your door schedule, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't know, these lines should continue all the way or should end. Let's see. I think this here, so let's just leave it the way it is. Okay, it looks great. And then we can save this as a PDF to preview, but I still feel like there's, let's go back to the example. There's this information that we're seeing here. It is important because this guy is giving a note. This drawing should be read in conjunction with the floor plan layout, blah 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 blah, has to comply. These are compliancy, and it's important to have this information tagged into your schedule. How do you tag this information to our schedule? Let's see how we can try. I know it's crazy doing it here. It's going to be challenging. Or we can try to place it above the and then see what to do. Let's maybe show a custom. Let's add a custom text. Let's go for a custom text under general. Let's find custom text. This text are going to move it to the top. Maybe we have to use this. Oh, let's flag it instead of sum. This is a sum calculation. It will, how do you put it? It is the sum of whatever the quantity of the element in the schedule, and this is the flag. Try to group. Let's see what will happen. No, it didn't do that. So I wanted this to act as a group. Let's see again. No, it didn't. So as you can see, guys, it's impossible to format this into your schedule, guys. Let's see the header is set. The first schedule field. Let's see this one. Okay, I get it. All right. No, I don't want that. Insert separate row before headlines. Let's see. No, I don't want this. So what's up here? Let's this one doesn't change anything. Okay, so you can see, guys, clearly we cannot achieve that in this, but to take this thing further, I'll send this to an Excel spreadsheet. So I'll go to file and save this as an Excel spreadsheet. save here as an Excel spreadsheet. Like I say, let me put the desktop, create a folder, call it schedule tutorial. And then, oh, by the way, I have a folder for this project. Why am I doing this to myself? So for construction, let me see Excel, then open after save, hit save, and then let's see what will happen. I don't know, this Excel of mine, sometimes when you say open after, it won't open the file, it will open the software itself, but it won't give you the file. So what you need to do is to go and do it manually. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So let's open it and see. Okay, we have this and all this. I think you see it looks small, the elevations on that, as compared to this guy's schedule. This one is huge, it's dominating the whole text, so we need to achieve the same. So what I'll do, select the cell of one of this, and then let's say scale to fixed scale. What is it, that scale? Set to drawing scale. I'll say 50. Yes. And then we can double click to add. Is it better? Yes, I think so. I think it's better. Double click this side to fit. Yes, I think it way much better. But text looks small for the annotation, so we need to make it equal to this. This is around 2.47, but I know it's not going to be the same value to be equal here. So let's, because we've increased the scale and become small, I'm going to select all, then say this is going to be 2, 1.5. Yes, text should be 1.5. Oops, they became a problem as well. Then hit OK. Let's see. I think the best thing is to have this on black and white. What do you think? On black, sorry, text. Set it to color 9, which is 0.09. Same applies to you, my boy. I'm going to set this to that. Okay, it's fine. Hit OK. Okay, not bad, but it gets a little bit of increase because it should be the same, should be an equal height. Let's go back and set this to 2. I think this would, yes, do the same to this guy. Let's go. Oh, let's say save changes. I didn't save. Not bad. Yes, I think it looks the same. What do you think? It looks the same. The only difference is that the text is different. This one is robot, this one is area. Let's set everything to the same. I think let's change this to robot, and this to robot to be consistent. We don't need custom text, we just leave it there because let's get rid of it. Didn't work. Yeah, so now let's close this to replace it. Okay, file, save as. Yes, Excel. Then yes, to replace. Hit open. Let's open it. Much better. Much better. Then let's see how we can add this information. Where is it? I'll zoom in. Let's copy this. Control E, Control C to copy. From here, what we will do is let's add a row. I'll add a row. Insert entire row here. Perfect, and this row should be reasonably small. We can also decrease this cell here. Then we paste that information here. We can select all these rows. And merge. Let's merge them. Oh. This will be set to, let's select the text. Where's the text format? Because okay, it's here. Yes, set the text to be aligned there. Right. And then what else again we can add? Let's say the note. Copy. Let's add another. Let's insert another row. Then we paste. We should start with note. Oh, sorry, I've edited to the wrong one. Do. I made a mistake. Yes. This also, we're going to see that we merge. Yeah. Well, let's merge. Okay, it's fine. Let's merge to the center. Yes. Okay. Right. I don't know. It's better we copy that text as one instead of doing it. So what I'll do, I'll make this one. Something like that. Copy. And then I'll put that note here. Make sure it's bold. Make sure it's on row. Right. We can reduce the paragraphs height. And then copy. Let's go back. Oh, sorry, we are working on an Excel. I forgot. So I hit Control. What happened? I remember I've merged all these cells. Merge the center. Yes. And then let's Control paste there. Perfect. Then we can double click here to fit. It doesn't fit. Let's select the cell and then align it to the left and do this manual. Yeah, perfect. If you're really curious on how you want to get your information across, you can find different ways of doing that, as you can see. Then you can save this. Remember that, by the way, we can also take this information back to ArchiCAD. Let's see how it will affect our schedule. Go back to ArchiCAD. And then If you move down here, where is it? There is an option for export and import. I think it's here, somewhere here. Wait. Oh, you have to go to File and then go to the Classification and Properties, Import Values. Let's select the door schedule and hit OK. Excel table could not be loaded, file format not be readable. It's because of we've created some values. That is why it's refusing to. ArchiCAD cannot handle those parameters, those cells we created. So there's no way we can achieve that here, guys. You have to save now, export your schedule right up from your ArchiCAD. I mean your Microsoft Excel. So yeah, that was it, guys, for this. If you learned a lot, let us know on the comment section. If you have a little bit of uncertainty, if maybe we didn't touch base on what you really wanted to understand about schedules, let us also know. If you didn't completely get anything from, also you can dislike the video, it's fine. That will gives us a notification that maybe we need to improve going forward. Okay, thank you once again. Make sure you all download the materials of I've used on this project. Like I said, the material that I've mentioned, like the schedules and the the door types and so forth. So yeah, can I export this as a template so that you can get it? I think yes. So I need to say go to interoperability, classification and properties. I'm going to export this as an what am I supposed to export it? It should be as an XML file. Let's say save. Oh no, I'm going to open scheme settings and then let's export it here as an interactive schedule scheme XML. So if you want this file, guys, go down in the link and use it. Let me show you again how to use it. You open just any schedule of yours and open the scheme settings, and then you come here and import it to bring everything like as it is, and then you just hit OK for you to use it. If you are interested in having the format we just created so far. Okay, thanks for the chat. It's been a long video, but I'm impressed you've managed to get through to the end of the video. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. So if you want and step-by-step advanced course we have is also in the link. The course is unlike the tutorial like this one is just, I'm just doing everything, touching everywhere, but the course is systematically arranged and you can follow through. It has exercises to follow and there's some examples, so it's better you mix it up, guys. Check the link on the description for the course as well if you're interested. Thank you. See you in the next video.